Hi, welcome to my new video for beginners. Today we will learn how to draw buildings using one-point perspective. Are you ready? Okay, here we go. First, I'm going to start by drawing a vertical line. This vertical line should be parallel to the right or left edge of the paper. And this point is the vanishing point that we will use in our drawing. So is this vertical line the horizon line? Absolutely not. The horizon line is actually here. I didn't draw it that way, so you wouldn't get confused when drawing. If you think having a horizon line will help you with your drawing, you can draw it. Well, why did I draw this vertical line? This line will guide me as I draw. You'll see how it helps soon. Alright, now let's draw our first building here. To do this, I'm going to draw a vertical line. This line should be parallel to the guideline. Then I draw a straight line that starts at the vanishing point and goes through the top and bottom points of the line. If you have trouble drawing straight lines, feel free to use a ruler. Okay, now let's draw the second building. We'll do the same steps again. A vertical straight line and two straight lines passing through the top and bottom points of this line. Now I'm going to draw the side of the building. I want you to watch carefully. As you can see, this horizontal line I drew is parallel to the top and bottom edges of the paper. It should also be drawn at a right angle to my guideline. To put it another way, this line should be parallel to the horizon line. I think you get it, right? Alright, let's keep working on the other buildings. We will use the same rules for each one. Well, do you see the distance between the buildings? You don't have to leave this distance. You can draw buildings next to each other without any gap. It's up to you and the characteristics of the street you are drawing. Let's keep on drawing. We will draw many more buildings like the ones we have already done. We will use the same rules for each one. The number of buildings you draw is up to you. There are no limits. The height or width of the buildings is also up to you. There are no rules for that either. When making these kinds of drawings, it's helpful to first decide where the objects will be, like we're doing right now. What I mean is, after we've mapped out the locations, heights, and widths of the buildings first, we'll go ahead and draw all the little details. But if you want, you can draw one building in detail and then the other. It's just a suggestion. Just do whatever works best for you. If you notice, I sometimes speed up the video as not to take up too much of your time. I'm just trying to give you time in case you want to check out videos by other artists besides me. I do it this way because I know that your time is valuable, and I apologize if you are disappointed by my speeding up the video. If I post my videos in real time, it will take a long time and you will probably get bored. That's how it works best, and I'm sorry about that. Okay, good. Let's check what we've done so far. All the vertical lines drawn are parallel to the right and left edges of the paper or the guideline. And all the horizontal lines drawn are parallel to the top and bottom edge of the paper or the horizon line. Buildings look like cardboard boxes, right? So what can we do to make them look like real buildings? Of course, we have to add windows. First, I will draw something like a frame on this building, and then I will draw the windows inside this frame. In drawing this frame, I must remember to use lines starting from the vanishing point. Good. Now I'm going to divide this frame into pieces. How many pieces you divide it into is up to you. I'm going to divide it into 4, and I have to remember to use the vanishing point. I will add shading to the edges of the frame to make the building look more three-dimensional. The closer parts of edges should be thicker, while the farthest parts of edges should be thinner. Now I'm going to divide the frame with vertical lines. All lines must be straight and parallel to the guideline or right and left edges of the paper. Another rule of perspective comes into play here. Things look smaller the farther away they are. So as you go down the building, you should increase the distance between the vertical lines. The distances between the lines should not be the same. Okay, good. It looks better. Now let's add windows to the other buildings using the same rules. As I said before, you can choose how many windows there are and what their shape is. Just remember to draw the vertical lines parallel to the left and right edges of the paper, and the horizontal lines parallel to the top and bottom edges of the paper. I'm going to draw the windows of all the buildings the same way. This might take some time, but I'll do my best to make it quick. I'm speeding up the video a bit here so as not to waste your time. You don't need to use expensive pencils or paper right now. You're still learning, so an ordinary paper and a pencil will be fine. Don't waste your money. However, when you want to do professional level drawings later on, it's important to use quality paper and pencils. You are a beginner. For this reason, I recommend that you use 2B or 3B soft pencils at the beginning of your drawings. When you draw with these, it will be easier for you to correct or erase if you make a mistake. Use 4B and 5B soft pencils for the dark or shadowy areas of your drawing. You can also use 0.5B pencils for fine details and sharp parts. Working with perspective is very enjoyable. It is also not that difficult. You just need to apply a few simple perspective rules to your drawing. Developing your skill in perspective can only be achieved through practice. For this reason, it would be good to practice a lot. Your artistic works in this regard do not need to be perfect. Sometimes even scribbling is enough and important to understand the logic of perspective. You can work on perspective whenever you find the opportunity. Keep in mind that besides the 1-point perspective, there are also 2, 3, 4, or even 5-point perspectives. You should take a look at them too. Anyway, perspective is not rocket science, and it is possible to become very successful in perspective in a very short time. Just don't give up. Okay, so far I've done what I needed to do with perspective. Now I just need to add detail, light and shadow to make the drawing look more realistic. But since this video is about perspective, I won't be going into detail about light and shadow. Light and shadow is a whole different topic that has its own rules and tips. So I'm just going to show you quickly to give you an idea about light and shadow. If I may give a tip about light and shadow, shade from light to dark, but do it softly. It is best to start with soft strokes and gradually change them to harder strokes. Basically, shading should go from soft to hard and from light to dark. Alright, that's it. Thank you for watching my video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. See you again soon. Goodbye.